Hey, hit the nail right on the head.
Amen.
That's why we talk about, not only do we give you the best in inspirational and gospel music in a scientifically but yet spiritually blend of music to reach you where you are and to take you to another place. Because, see, I know a place for sure. Listen, we were talking a few minutes ago about this whole Thanksgiving thing. And weren't you all at the Fatherhood Initiative teaching men how to cook?
Yes, Cooking with Coach.
Yeah,
one of our favorite trainings.
Yeah.
And this is the kit and caboodle coming up. This is a chance for you to show all your skills.
Testing time.
That's right. That's
Final
right.
exam.
That's right. That's
Final
right.
exam
So we're
time.
so excited. We're encouraging fathers, get in that kitchen and cook something. If you don't do the bird or some of the other side dishes, help.
Right.
Being part of a good cook, a great cook, one that is known through all the generations.
My father and my Uncle Russell would compete with each other.
See that?
For which one of them had the better whatever,
Oh,
stuffing, the better turkey. He
See
said,
that?
no, you didn't cook that turkey right. You should have done it this way. And he said, no, I did it. It'd be so comical.
It wouldn't be nothing left, just
watching,
some bones.
That's all that's left. Watching watching the two of them argue about cooking food.
And we didn't care. We just, where's my plate?
Man, yeah.
So that's what we're telling the fathers to do. Of course, definitely offer your services. That's the first thing you do.
Indeed.
We're still a rookie on the squad. Understand that,
Yeah.
particularly coming into the kitchen.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is coming there, not demanding anything, but saying, what can I do to help?
What can I do to help?
You're going to be mashing some potatoes.
Sure.
You're going to be grating that cheese. They're going to put you to do a lot of the things that take a little bit more
That's what we used
strength.
to do. That was our assignment.
Yeah, it has to be done.
Scrape that cheese, man.
Yeah, if you do it right, and if you don't think about it, it has to be done.
Sure.
Just knock it out. Go ahead and have your system together, as well as, Bill, you and I have said this many times. This goes all year round, but Thanksgiving in particular, you and your family.
Yeah.
When you bring in your kids to wherever you're gonna go eat, you're not coming empty-handed.
Don't come
I
empty-handed.
don't care if you bring a pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I don't care if you bring some dinner rolls, some juice, apple
Something.
cider, something.
Yeah.
Let me bring a box of forks. They're
Sure.
always needed. Let me
Sure.
bring a big thing of paper plates. So we know that money might be tight right now. So go ahead and pick it up now.
That's right.
In fact, you need to contact whoever the head chef is. Could be, the grandmother, your mother,
Yeah.
your wife, whoever it may be.
Can I
You
bring you
contact her
something?
today on this day. Dad, men make a meal day. Go ahead and contact them and say, listen, Thanksgiving is coming. What can I bring? Watch them, boy. The phone is going to light up. In fact, they're going to tell everybody, hey, Junior called me?
Yeah,
He texted me and asked me
Listen,
what to
let's
bring."
do that now. The phones are open, 212-650-6903. Give me a call with some of your Thanksgiving thoughts and memories.
And them dishes, too. Let me hear some of them special
and
dishes.
ambitions and those ambitions.
Yeah.
Let's throw it out to the public.
Yeah.
And hear from y'all.
From
out
the fellas.
there. Uh-huh.
We like to hear from the fellas if you
Okay.
don't mind. But that's definitely got to be done in Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Come on, we're taking it back. We're singing praises to our King, for He is the King of Kings. He is the Lord of Lords. Somebody make some noise in this place. We come to bless His name. Put your hands together. Hallelujah. Come on, we sing praises. For He is. Come on, sing praises. Sing praises. Come on, give Him glory. For He is the King of Kings. Give Him glory. Come on, all the nations declare. Give Him glory. Come on, somebody sing praises. For He is. Sing. Come on into healing Him. Make His praise known. Sing praises. Come on, give Him glory. Come on, give Him glory. We bless you, Jesus. Give Him glory. And we want to declare all hail. Come on, come on, come on. say it with me, he reigns. Come on, he reigns. Lift him high forevermore. Come on, make it personal, he reigns. Come on, he reigns forever. Let the nation see that he reigns forever. Yes, he does. He's God with us. He reigns with us. He lives in us. He reigns forever. Come on, he reigns. Come on, say he reigns. Say he reigns. Yes, he does. In our hearts. In our minds. Yes, he reigns. Yes, he reigns. Come on, say he reigns. Hallelujah. He's clothed with majesty, honor, and strength. Somebody say he reigns. He reigns forever. Yes, he does. Come on, all the believers, declare it unto him. Lift him on high forevermore. Come on, he reigns. Yes, he does. We bless you, Jesus. There's nobody like him. Come on, all hail. Come on and give him glory in this place. Come on, I need some Psalms 93 believers.
You know, there's a lot of men that are good cooks out there, you know.
Of course, some of the best chefs in the world
Yeah.
since the dawn of man. But you know, Bill, we got a text. This phone is powerful.
Okay.
Listening to us down in Atlanta.
All right.
And here it is. Fathers, you and your family are automatically mandated to the cleanup crew. Uh-oh. See that?
Ooh.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
If you don't do nothing else.
Clean up.
You tell, and here it is. You drop that one on your kids. Say, listen, I know you're all playing with your cousins. I know you're all running around, but it's time to clean this sucker up.
Yeah.
And I mean, and the smart way to do it, and you and I know it better than most, do it as you're going along.
Yeah.
Don't wait till the end.
Yeah.
You know, you're picking up the plates when they're done. You're scraping it out. You're taking out the garbage. You're making sure that the pans, when they're empty, go ahead and put them up so that at the end of the day, it's not so much of a burden on you. And, of course, you're going to get the help. They're not going to just put it all on you.
Right.
But because you took that role, watch some of the other fathers do it too. You know, you kind of shame them in a way. You over there sitting, trying to watch the game, doing all kind of things, and you see me around here hustling.
Sitting down there with an adult beverage in your hand.
Yeah,
watching the
just
game.
talking. You're just talking a lot of
Come
smack.
on, get up, help yourself, do something.
Yeah,
sure.
and the kids, once again, that's mandatory. If nobody else's kids do it, yours
Sure,
do.
yours do,
But you
sure.
have to do it too because you're leading by example.
That's right.
You're
That's
starting
right.
a tradition,
That's
and your
good.
sons in particular.
Yes.
Because they saw their father. My father used to help cook.
And
My
that's
father used to
important.
help
That's
serve as
that's
well.
important because so many of our young men don't have male role models,
Right.
positive role models.
That's right.
You see, and I was watching Empire last night, and one of the things that the character Lucius Allen said to his son was that, you know, I created this company, but I placed you where I put you because you're me. You're represented. So keep the family together. The family is predominant over everything, and no matter what your family history is, I know a famous family out of Harlem River houses, and they were known for selling drugs. The father, the grandfather, all the
Of course.
But they had one thing, if I could possibly say, that was admirable, was the fact that the way the family structure, the fathers, the sons, you know, yes, they were doing wrong, they were selling drugs, but there was such an organization there,
Yes.
and there was such allegiance to the family. So all of that to say what? That we're hopefully walking on the right side of the street,
Yes.
hopefully doing the good thing. But look, there are examples around us, yes, of bad things, but it goes to the big picture.
But that's a simple thing. That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah.
For those families out there and fathers that are looking to step up now, looking to be looked in as a positive light. I need to have a positive influence on my children, Coach. So are you serious about it? On Thanksgiving, once again, let's start now.
Start now.
But
Prepare.
when that day comes, you are going to be leading that. You coordinated it. You made sure everything was going good that day. You're the host. You're making sure everybody's drinks. You know, it's your party, if you will. And not only that, you help serve and clean up before you ate anything.
Yeah.
You see, you don't get the first plate and then go sit down and then let everybody else do the work. This is what I do. And if you take on that role, you will then be looked in as a positive influence.
You know, saying that, I'm thinking back now, I just had a flashback. I can't remember seeing my uncle sit down to eat.
Yeah, you eat
Because
that
he
last.
cooked everything.
That's right.
Either he was tasting while he was cooking,
Exactly. That's
or
the
he
key.
ate last. I never saw. My father would sit down after everything was done, and
Right.
and he'd sit down at the head of the table. Of course.
Everyone eats first.
You know, but he made sure everybody else got before he got.
That's
his.
right. That's right. That's what we do. And that's a tradition for our people.
That just flashed in my,
Yeah, that's true. But watch this. You said it, though. When you're a cook, and this goes for you fathers out there, don't tell nobody, though. When you're in that kitchen helping, cooking, you're going to be full. By the time they eat, you already ate.
You tasted.
You already got everything.
Yeah.
So it's a plus for you. Trust me on that one.
Indeed.
Yeah,
indeed,
so
indeed.
it's good. And once again, it goes back to hearing about the history.
Yes.
The kitchen is the headquarters for the house.
Yes.
So you're hearing about so-and-so who's having a baby, so-and-so sick. You hear about the family, and then you can pass it on.
Right. And then you can develop that family history.
That's right.
Like the Jewish people do. Inculcate this history into all of your children's minds.
That's right.
In fact, it might even get to a point where they'll compete with each other for who's going to tell the story this year.
Of course. And they can't wait. All ears are on that one.
They want to tell the story because all our kids, and even some of us of a certain age like to be in the limelight.
Yes, yes.
And our children, especially if they have something to say.
Yeah.
And then they take you all the way back to where the family arrived in New York in 1922, whatever it
You
is.
hear the pride in it already?
You got the whole story right there.
That's
So,
right. And they have a sense of pride, like, ooh, look, I'm special. I'm not from the streets.
Linda Creed wrote it very simply, and I'll probably play that for the morning. I believe the children are our future, and we have to teach them well and let them lead the way. We have to show them all the beauty they possess inside. We have to give them a sense of pride to make it easier, and then let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be.
Isn't that everything we said? Isn't that all the ingredients we just said? All those words are the ingredients for that day.
That's right.
It's real.
That's right.
We're just not making this up.
Exactly. This is real stuff here. Stand by. It's time for WHCR News. It's 57 degrees. It's Men Make Dinner Day. This is Bill DeFawcett, WHCR 90.3 News. And the Russian jetliner that crashed in the Egyptian desert may have been brought down by a bomb planted on board by ISIS terrorists. We brought that to you a while ago. U.S. officials said yesterday the official intercepted communications led to the tentative conclusion that ISIS thugs smuggled the explosive device onto Metrojet Flight 9268 before it broke apart above the Sinai Peninsula on Saturday en route to St. Petersburg, Russia, killing all 224 people aboard. The alarming report harkened back to the 1988 bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 by Libyan terrorists over Lockerbie, Scotland, which killed 270 people. In online messages that surfaced yesterday, ISIS militants continued to claim responsibility for the Metrojet downing and said it was revenge for recent Russian airstrikes against ISIS in Syria. A male student at the University of California in Merced stabbed 4 people as classes began yesterday morning, before campus police fatally shot him. 2 of those stabs were transported for treatment via helicopter, while the other 2 were treated on campus. The attacker was a California resident who was living on campus. Merced County Sheriff Vern Warnke said the victims were identified as 2 students, a staff member, and a contract employee at the school. Warnke said the attacker entered a classroom about 8 a.m. Yesterday morning, carrying a hunting knife with an 8 to 10-inch blade, and stabbed one of the students. Outside the classroom, the suspect attacked a female student member and slightly injured the second student. The suspect fled the building and was chased by 2 police officers. When the suspect turned toward the officer, an officer-involved shooting occurred, and the suspect succumbed to his injuries. 3 masked men with laser pointers on their guns stormed into a hardware store on East 116th Street yesterday and held the workers hostage in the basement while 2 others robbed the store. The captors told officers that 3 of the men had black handguns with red lasers on them. A 4th robber acted as the lookout, and the 5th man broke open the cash register at SMA Garden Hardware, located at 206 East 116th Street. According to the store's manager, he tried to stand up to one of the men and was pistol whipped on the right side of his face. The gunman went through their pockets and got away with more than $800 in cash and stolen goods, including wallets, debit cards, and a phone. No arrests have been made, police said. An employee at the store declined to talk to us about the robbery yesterday morning. If you have any information on this or any other crime, call 1-800-877-TIPS. A Bronx student captured video of a vicious brawl in his high school cafeteria last month at John F. Kennedy High School, by the way, and footage of the disturbing incident has gone viral on social media. The Bronx Lab School junior who shot the video and posted it on Facebook said the fight took place October 22nd. The post was viewed by nearly 25,000 people before it was taken down. Dozens of kids pummeled one another in the clip. The 16-year-old said the fight went on for 10 minutes before school safety agents broke it up. And then here's one sex drug that won't lead to a happy ending. The city is warning men looking for a pick-me-up to stay away from an illegal aphrodisiac called stone that can lead to poisoning and death. The libido booster is sold at sex shops and neighborhood bodegas and corner stores as Love Stone, Black Stone, Rock Hard, Hard Rock, China Rock, or Piedra China, according to the health department. Recently, a 39-year-old man died after taking Piedra China, a city hospital reported, and there have been 7 other deaths this year. Keep your sweater and gloves in the closet for a few more days at least. The mercury is expected to rise to a toasty 73 degrees, which would be just short of the record high set in 1948. Temperatures will drop to highs in the low 60s Saturday and mid-50s on Sundays. We're going to start seeing more seasonable temperatures at the end of the weekend, said Brian Clemente, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service. It's 57 degrees. High today expected to be 72 with cloudy skies. The Knicks lost to Cleveland, but they face Milwaukee tonight. The Nets lost to Atlanta, but they face the Lakers tonight. This is Bill DeFawcett, WHCR 90.3 News. Next report at 6 p.m. and bulletins or alerts at any time.
Somebody in need of a healing today, standing in need of your power. They can't wait any longer because they need this very hour. So we call on that name above all names, name of Jesus Christ. Step into this situation and bring healing into their life. Oh, come on. Yeah, and do what you do best. Oh, come on, Jesus. Work a miracle. Come on and do what you do best. Oh, yeah. Loose the shackles of oppression. Oh, come on. Work a miracle. And do what you do best. You're going on a little further. You ought to hear me right now. Somebody in need of deliverance, they need you to hear their plea. They've been praying for a long time, but they just can't seem to break free. But we know you are on time, God, and you will do what you said you will do. If we keep calling on your name, you know you're bound to come through. Oh, yeah. Work a miracle. Come on and do what you do best. Ah, come on in. Come on and do what you do best. Oh, heal. Yes. Loose the shackles of oppression. Oh, come on and work the miracle. Come on and do what you do best. Well, we're going on a little further. Now, Lord, I've called on your name for each and everyone else. But I don't mind telling you tonight, Spencer Taylor needs a little help. I got me a little problem that I can't seem to solve. So as you've done so many times before, I need you to get involved. Oh, come on, work a miracle. Yeah. Do what you do best. I'm begging Jesus. Work a miracle. Come on and do what you do best. Oh, heal. Got me the set free. Loose the shackles of oppression. Come on. Come on and do what you do best. Oh, come on. Work the miracle. Come on, yeah. You know what? Somebody in the hospital here don't know what they gonna do. Isn't that right now? Yeah. Work the miracle. Oh, the doctors will walk away from the bed, but you can work a miracle. Nobody can do it but Jesus, the working miracle. Yeah. Come on, Jesus, don't leave me, but hear our prayer and work the miracle. Oh, I know you can, I know you will work a miracle. Come on, and let him in, y'all. He'll work a miracle. You ought to try God. I know he will now work a miracle. Oh, work it, come on. Work it.
Here on the 3G Experience, the gift, the grace, and the glory. Brother Bill, you're a highly trained broadcast specialist. And, okay, good morning again. Good morning, Melinda Karen. And again, good morning to our sister, Mary Jefferson. Good to have you out there. And, you know, there's a whole lot of folks that are out there that you know, don't let nobody know they out there. But I know they're out there. That's right. We were talking about getting the men to check in, or you ladies can check in with a Thanksgiving story about the men and how the men in your circle, or the man in your circle, sorry. Well, hey, it is what it is.
It is.
Deal or dealt with Thanksgiving and Thanksgivings of the past, the things your father did for Thanksgiving. I know somebody else just texted me and said that their father would sit back and just watch. He'd sit back and watch everybody work.
There you go.
Until it was time to eat, and he'd get up and come over to the table and eat. Well, that was his thing, you know, and you ain't gonna change that. I know I used to, hopefully still will, go down the block here on Convent Avenue to a very close family of ours for a great big Thanksgiving spread down there, you know, and everybody contributed something, you know, to the dinner, you know. So,
and you know that's another tradition that we have, particularly for fathers. You know, you might have to go to 2 or 3 places, particularly if you have kids in 2 and 3 different places.
oh God,
You understand?
Yeah.
So once again, you are not going empty-handed. Oldie but goodie is bring a pie.
Don't we think about that when we're laying?
Nah,
Where we're laying at?
it doesn't come in. Unfortunately, that contract doesn't drop down. You know, we make jokes about that in the training program, the fatherhood training program. In a great world, when you start kissing and smooching, before you go to that next level, a contract would drop right down. And you would read the fine print of if you move forward on this path that you're taking, this is what's going to happen. These are your obligations. And this is the life that you're going to have to lead. And unfortunately, it does not, that's one of them, that if you have multiple children, then on Thanksgiving Day, guess what? you're going to have to stop at multiple spots. Bottom line, if nothing else, you just want to go there just to say for your children's sake.
Yeah.
You know, your daughter lives over here across town. That's not fair that you spend all your day over here in your new home with your other family, and then she does not see you. You're not going there for the other family. You're going there for your daughter. And even if you go there and bring a pie, spend a little time with her, maybe you eat a little bit something with her, that day is what she's going to remember, or he's going to remember, and it's mandatory.
But
There's
it's
no
so,
not doing it.
But it's so confusing. It has to be confusing to the children. You see, and I'm not looking to slap no sisters in the face this morning, but you got sisters out here that got 4 separate children from 4 separate sperm donors. Okay?
Yes.
And when one father shows up at Thanksgiving, then the second father shows up, what do you got to get a schedule? How do you handle that?
Well, what we're telling the fathers to do, if you're smart and you've earned your stripes once again. Remember, we said that's why Thanksgiving starts now.
Yeah.
You're starting to do things with your children now. Then it's probably best that for the father, you tell her, listen, I'd like to come get my son. I'd rather come get my daughter, and I'm taking all my kids over to my family's house, or I'm taking them to my house. I'm cooking Thanksgiving dinner, and I want all my kids to be at my house. And I will come pick them up, bring them back, whatever the case may be. But that's the best situation. You go get them.
Yeah, because everybody talks about baby mama drama, but there's baby father drama too.
Yes, of course, of course.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was the office.
Uh-oh.
So anyway,
so that's what we're doing. And, it's so funny. We got the movie that we're going to be talking about coming up here. We got the director, my good friend. Part of the movie is dealing with Sunday nights, having the dinner at the house. A lot of confusion can happen at that house for dinner, particularly at Thanksgiving, if it's not handled right.
Yeah.
And it's the ball is in your court.
Yeah.
It could be a terrible situation, and we're not having that this year. So that's why we're telling the fathers, once again, you take control of that. You be humble. You offer your services. You offer to cook and clean up and serve. All those things that are traditionally thought of as what the father does. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. That is what we do.
Yeah.
We just somehow or another got off that track.
You see, and I really hate, as we put the news together, the day after Thanksgiving, the day after Christmas, there is such violence and mayhem in the streets as a result of just outright foolishness.
Not with our families, though.
No, we're gonna claim victory and success and safety.
That's right.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, this is T.R. Burns. How you doing today?
Hey, there's the director of the movie right there.
Just talking about it. How you doing, brother? Brother Bill here on the 3G Experience in WHCR. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning, my friend. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Coach?
Hey,
how you doing today?
I can't complain, my friend. We were just talking about Thanksgiving and what fathers have to do, and we segue into the movie Sunday Nights, which as you know better than most, brings to the forefront that dinner. Tell us a little bit about the movie.
Well, the movie is really sitting around one family. They're a normal family. They go through life challenges. One of the stars, which is that Coach plays, Stephen Lynn, is a father. He was once a successful mortgage broker and banker, and ended up losing the firm to the recession and downsizing of the economy, ultimately falling into a depression, drug abuse, contemplating almost, having a extramarital affairs and stuff like that. And the movie basically shows the life of each person in the family and the things they're hiding every Sunday night. How they're putting on a facade that everything is right and good in their life, but ultimately they're broken inside. They're going through basically the worst time of their life, but they're trying to hold it together for the mother, for their own pride. But at the end, which we can't tell you,
right,
you'll have to watch the movie to find out what happened.
That's right. T, how did you come up with such a wonderful story? It sounds like, and once again, I want to say thank you for letting me even be a part of this film. Sounds like it's almost a real life story, if you will. How did you come up with the story?
So I came up with the concept for the script just through life. Some things I've been through in my life, family-wise, and things I've seen being in the pastor for a long time. You see a lot of families that go through just real situations, and a lot of times movies and films do not show people how to use their faith and hope to really overcome these situations. So I saw a lot of people struggling with abuse in their marriage, struggling with fathers or men that have lost their jobs or have lost their businesses and don't know how to really recover back, ultimately getting sucked into, drug abuse or whatever. So it came from just life experiences and also just seeing and wanting to put something out there that can give people like a roadmap for their family. And one of the real things too was families don't eat together anymore.
Yeah.
They don't come together anymore. They get it on the go. That dinner is very important to the family because it gives you a time to really look at eye to eye to each other and experience who's in your family.
We were talking earlier. Before you came in. We were talking earlier about we need, this is, Brother Bill. We need to follow the Hebrew tradition. When they sit down at the Seder, the youngest member of the family recites the family's history from all the way back. So that's what we need to start trying to develop something like that ourselves in our family gatherings.
Yeah, because pop culture and society is crushing the family.
Sure it is.
It's causing even the definition of family to be so jaded and so far from what family really is.
Yeah.
And it's causing even a lot of people to redefine it so much that people don't see the importance of having a father and a mother, having that unit, and thank God for single mothers, but you need a man, you need fathers.
Yes,
Men, you need fathers.
He's part of it.
Thank God for single father, but you need a mother. It's called balance. That's why man and woman is opposite in certain things. So it is important that we start, especially as African Americans, because I think it's like almost us killing ourselves, because after a few more years, we're not going to have nothing but the TV to direct us on how to even live. And we want to change that. So it's very important that the family eats together, talks. And so that's really what the movie is about. It's about bringing families back together.
T, we were talking earlier about traditions at Thanksgiving, and I know you're a big, Bill, here's another big chef. Tell us a little bit.
He cooks.
That boy can cook, yeah. Tell us a little bit about some traditions that you remember in your family and some that you keep in your family now as we approach the holiday season.
My grandmother and my mother raised me, so just seeing my grandmother sit up all night long cooking Thanksgiving dinner so that it's ready at 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. even though we're not eating until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, just smelling it up.
Yeah. Seeing them marinate the turkey 3 days before. And just the prayer, just being thankful. I grew up in the projects in Brooklyn, New York, so we didn't have like a big house per se as some may have. So when we had Thanksgiving, we had to pull out folding chairs, people sitting on top of each other.
Had to go down to the church and borrow some chairs.
Sounds just like our house, right?
Yeah. So even though some people frown upon that, but it was fun. It was, it was what I remember to be a holiday time. I got so excited because there was no restrictiveness on what you can eat.
Right.
So, sometime throughout the year, we're on a budget. So on Thanksgiving, Granny, she giving us, you can eat whatever you want to eat.
We'll eat it all.
Yeah, we eat it all.
But eat it all, though. Don't leave nothing on that plate.
Yeah. And then you have turkey sandwiches for the rest of the month.
Oh, please. Turkey sandwich, turkey salad, turkey.
Wasn't nobody complaining, though, huh?
Nah, nobody was complaining.
That's good, T.
Do you find that your project is on the same spiritual level as the War Room was? Or is?
The War Room, the difference between my projects and this project and War Room is that mine is has a subtle undertone of faith, but it's still a script where anyone can watch.
Okay.
Whether it's not a script where people of only faith can watch and get something out of it, but it's somebody that people that don't know Jesus Christ can watch
I got you.
and build their faith. So where I feel like War Room is more geared towards, it's like an overt evangelistic movie. Mine is more covert.
I see, yeah. Because in fact, the War Room was built targeting the demographic, targeting that Christian spiritual demographic specifically.
Yeah.
Where you're going out for the whole world.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's my thing. My thing is balance, because you find that, if you do only faith-based stuff, you're missing people that needs to see the message.
Yes.
And so in order for the people to see the message, they have to be intrigued by it. And I laugh, I joke, and in this movie, even there's a part that I like that Steve is in where, his wife is having a traumatic time, and she's in the bathroom crying. He's knocking the door, asking her how long it's going to be. He assuming that she has, some stomach issues or whatever. And then, It's a balance between fun, seriousness, So I think that I can't put myself in the category of War Room.
Okay.
My goal as a filmmaker is to inspire the world to understand, and honestly to understand what true faith is. And true faith is, balance. True faith is not just going to church alone, but it's also being an asset to your society.
Well, we've learned that just going to church alone is not enough. We know that because there's people that go to church every week, one day a week for 2 hours, and they sit there and clap their hands, shout, and maybe put some money in the plate, and then they leave there and act worse than somebody who wouldn't be caught dead in the church. You see, so you're right. It's not about the church. When can we see this film?
It'll be at Bowtie Cinemas on November 19th. We have been blessed. We had to postpone a few times. Steve knows this because we was waiting for the right opportunity. So we have a relationship with Bowtie Cinemas. They're giving us a trial one day, two showings. And November 19th, one showing at 12 noon and one showing at 7 p.m. And we have for 12 noon, for some of your listeners that are out there, if you call into the show, call into Steve, into the show here, we have 10 tickets we've given away for the 12 noon show for whoever calls into the show and wants to have some free tickets.
Here's what we'll do. Next, we'll talk. There's another way to do it, but also I want to do that as well. Next week, we'll give away 5 tickets from right here.
Beautiful.
Okay?
Beautiful.
For that show. You make that
you got it.
arrangement for me.
Thank you so much for that. We
5.
appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my brother.
So that's in Hoboken, right?
Yeah, Hoboken, Bowtie Cinemas, Hoboken. If you're coming from the city, you just got to take the PATH train, one stop over to Hoboken, and I guess make it from there to the theater.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And hopefully that the response to the Hoboken venue will be big enough to get you over here somewhere.
That's
We're in Harlem right now. You see.
Yeah. They have one in. They offered me one in Times Square, but we have to. It's been a challenge trying to get, because we're not known as of yet. We're not a Tyler Perry or someone else, and sometimes we don't know how to support what we are not familiar with.
Oh, don't I know?
We're trying to break through that. So we need everybody to come out to both showings and pack it out, because we want to show the corporation that is Bowtie Cinemas that we are something that is valuable.
Yes. And we are.
So,
we are. We have a great product, and the movie is just incredible.
Okay.
It's going to change some lives once they watch it.
I'll be there. Yeah. I'll be there for sure. And maybe I can ground up some folks to come with me, and then we can all get out to Hoboken and see this film. We all love Coach Lynn. He's one of our bestest people.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I want to say too, coaches want the set on the set. We had a lot of newbie actors. Coach was like the father of the set. He was the most professional.
Is that a nice way to say he was the oldest one there?
No. He wasn't the oldest. I don't think he was the oldest. He was close. But, he's still young at heart.
Thank you.
His persona.
Can you believe that? Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I had a great time. It was a fantastic movie once again. And I can't wait till the 19th to see it.
Yes.
Thank
you guys for having me.
All right, man.
We'll have you back again after the debut. You're going to have a red carpet out there?
Yes, we're going to have a red carpet on the 7 o'clock showing, and also we have a Q&A after.
Oh, my goodness. I can't wait.
I'm going to put my suit in the cleaners.
Me too.
Ain't no jeans that day.
Man, I'm going to get my tux.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank
And
you.
we'll definitely
Hey, T,
have you
thank
back
you
and
so
see
much,
you on the
Dad.
19th.
God bless you.
Here on the
God bless you,
3G Experience, WHCR 90.3 on the FM. Giving you more of why don't you talking to the microphone, son? Giving you more of what I know you listen to radio for.
Don't let the devil ride. No, no. Oh, no, no. Don't let the devil ride. 'Cause if you let him ride, he'll wanna drive the down. Please don't let him drive your car. Oh, no. Don't let him drive your car. If he drive your car, he'll take you too far. Don't let him drive. Come on, clap your hands. Y'all help me sing this here. Say this here. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Y'all sing it now. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Please don't do it. Hey, hey, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it, don't do it. I don't care what nothing do it, don't do it. Don't let him ride in your car. Don't let him sleep in your bed. Yeah. Don't do it, I don't need no marijuana, don't need no cocaine. Please, don't do it, don't do it. Look at your neighbor, don't do it, don't do it. Tell him, don't do it. Don't do it, say it, y'all. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, dude, sing, y'all, sing. Y'all sing, sing. Don't do it. One more time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Give Neil a big hand.
Neil Robinson, don't let the devil ride.
Amen.
Because if you let him ride, he's going to take your car.
Yeah, yeah. Leave you staying right there.
Oh, here at the bottom of the hour, here on WHCR 90.3 on the FM. Gee, I sound like that guy that was doing the news, huh? Anyway, good morning, you're on the air.
Man, Brother Bill, y'all jamming right now, man. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't stop, brother, don't stop.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Yeah. Where
oh,
you,
my goodness.
Where you
I
at?
just got back in my car, and y'all putting it down, man. I thought I was in Louisiana.
Listen, yeah, right. Well, that's where he's from, Neil Robinson. Listen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you a question. Now that you obviously have us in a lot clearer now, the president just released 6,000 non-violent people from prisons across federal prisons, by the way, across the
Right.
country. Okay, what does that say to? Redirect that. How do we welcome them back into the community, and what facilities or plans are there presently existing for them?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I had the right answer, I would have been the president.
Got you.
But I think that I commend the president for doing that, Brother Bill, because we know that when Rockefeller law hit, and we know the disparity between it. I'm not amening drugs, but when you have 5 vials of crack and someone else has 5 pounds of cocaine, and you get more time with the 5 vials, there's something wrong in the disparity of how we are being taken or presented before the Justice Department. So I think kudos to him for doing that. And there's going to be a lot of naysayers on the fence. No. You know what? People have made mistakes, and sometimes, no, it's just unfair that they should not have been there as long as that's me in ignorance, and that's how I feel. Folks should not have been there for situations such as that, because other folks that could afford the powder that doesn't look like my complexion, they were able to get a slap on the wrist and go on about their business.
Yeah.
It's still happening today. I'm not mad about that. I'm just feeling some kind of way. So I commend the president, but I think that we as church leaders, as community leaders, want to get behind these folks that want to have transformation. And however way we can serve, whether it's food, whether it's preparing them with some of the wonderful things that have come through your office there at the station, whether it's suits, relationships, connections, referrals, however way we can serve them, Brother Bill, that's how we got to reach them.
Indeed, because a lot of them have been in jail for a long time,
Yeah.
and for things that nowadays you won't get that same time for. Those Rockefeller, and listen, everybody's so crazy about Bill Clinton, but Bill Clinton, he put a whole lot of folks in jail.
And has admitted that.
Oh, yeah.
And
he has
Not
admitted
only
that was a
but he
fumble on
stopped
his
you
part.
From getting to getting the education, like it was that Family Act that I think it was in '95. I may have a year off, but what it did was, and I commend him for some of the things that he did, but at the same time, they put a hook in us that if you had a problem such as these people right now, you can't get an opportunity to go to college because you were an addict.
Right. And
You're
now,
not qualified.
they're trying to take the box out the application. Have you ever been convicted of a felony or misdemeanor? They're trying to, on federal
Yes.
job apps and on job apps for federally funded programs. They're trying to take that box out that asks, have you ever been convicted of a misdemeanor or a felony? What do you think about that? Is that a good thing, or do we still need to have that information? Use it sparingly, but not use it punitively. But don't you think that employers should know?
Well, they will know.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100% because I think there should be some check and balances, but I think at the same time it has been a detriment on the other hand, because the minute you check it or the minute you don't check it, you could be serving on that job for 20 years doing a spectacular job, and the minute they find out that you falsified that application, you can be charged, and also you lose your job immediately.
And the penalty, the charge would be falsifying the document, not the fact that you didn't disclose.
Yeah.
See,
Hey, good morning,
once you
Coach.
sign
I'm
that-
sorry, hold on. Hey, Coach in the back. Good morning, man.
Hey, so what the president said, and it was very clear, they're not going to ask you on the front end, but it will be on the back end once you do get the interview, and that was his fear, and justifiably so. Those of us who are in the business know this was the case. Soon as they saw that box was checked, yours was in file 13. You understand?
File 13.
So now that you have filled out the application, you look good, you interview well. Then the conversation comes up, because they are doing, particularly the federal jobs, is going to come up in the background check. Now we could have the conversation. I've got your background check. I understand now that you were so and so. Let's talk about it, because it could have been something unrelated to this
exactly
position.
right. See, and if it's a fingerprinting type situation, it's going to come up there anyway.
Any of the city or federal jobs, you're going to get that.
Exactly. How about this, fellas? was just north of us 2 days ago, and I'm not knocking, but the mayor that just came out of jail
Got reelected.
after 7 years,
Yeah.
it got reelected.
Yeah, we saw that.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, come on, that hits you right in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, he different.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we ought to look forward to because we got half the state assembly in jail. So
or scared.
Break it up here, man. Well, the communication is going really bad now.
yeah, I get static on the line and
That's
then
so
static.
sad. You know, Bill, we were talking about.
You guys,
All right,
man.
brother.
Call it, though. Call it what it is.
No, it
That's
is.
true.
In fact, unfortunately, New York has a reputation for being the most corrupt state in the country, with more legislators actually behind bars. I haven't. I do. There's a fellow I know that does the news here on WHCR. There's a story that I just want him to get into, but because of sensible reasons, we don't talk about Mr. Silver.
Well, it's coming. It just began. The story has just started to be unfolded. So,
Yeah.
we're going to get to the bottom.
But
we were talking earlier about that. What could be done now because this is serious.
What do we do now? I mean, you
So
said,
that's now
yeah.
why we have been pushing, and now you see how the fatherhood movement is game time, if you will, because we are now the ones who are going to be receiving and supporting these men that are men and women, but predominantly men that are coming back into the community. That many of
Yeah.
them weren't playing the game right when they went into jail.
Yeah.
Let alone
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So now we are going to pick up the ball. We are encouraging all churches, and I mean all churches in within our voice that can hear us, to start getting in contact with us so that we could help you put together a fatherhood program in your church, which deals with the first and foremost getting that young man back with his family.
Yeah.
Because Bill, we
Yeah.
found that is going to be the glue. You might not get a job right away. You might not find housing right away, but you can get back with your family right away. But you have to do it the right way.
Yeah.
That's going to be your support. That's going to get you through the difficult times that are ahead. But it has to be done the right way.
Indeed.
And that's something that we can do that's proactive. Letting
Yeah.
him know, listen, let's go ahead and have a place where you can talk to your kids, particularly if I've been gone for
A neutral place.
Exactly.
A neutral place.
Exactly. You can meet here at the church with your
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
We could help you understanding the anger management. We could help you build that bridge back if it was ever there in the first place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that will get the frustration that you have, the anger, and keep you away from the draw from the streets.
To take you back.
Because we know that as soon as they get out, right in their ear, as soon as they get on the block,
That's right.
here comes the streets.
Or better yet, before that, when they come down on the bus.
Yeah. So, well, the streets is right there at the doorway.
Right there waiting for
You
them.
know, whispering in his ear, I got something for you. So unless you have another shining light, something
Yeah.
that's brighter, and the only thing that's going to be brighter for you right now is your family.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because you've prioritized and said, listen, I can't go back. I might not be doing well now, but I'm sure not going back to where I just came from,
Yeah.
trying to be a fool, because now I have my family, and that's the only thing that's going to count.
Brother Al,
Yeah.
I'm expecting Her Highness, Honorable Tanya Kennedy, to check in with us shortly.
Oh, give her my best. I love her. I was at
No,
the
wait a minute.
poll
I
with
love-
her
I-
mother.
I love her, too.
Bless her. Oh, man.
I love her too. Now, wait a minute now.
Oh,
Had to meet-
fantastic.
Had to meet you on the.
She's key in this. She's absolute key in this about the struggle that we're in.
And listen, that's what I want to talk with her about. And also, there's another sister that was on the ballot yesterday, Lala Tisha something. What's her name?
Yes. Don't let me mess it up right now, but yes, I spoke with her, and I endorsed her,
Uh-huh.
and I just put my arms around her because she did some stuff that was just phenomenal. She was serving before she got there, and because how she shined a year ago, 2 years ago on a situation, I couldn't help but put my heart behind her and my efforts before she made it to the ballot. I was one of those that supported her
Good, all right.
in that room to get that nomination.
Well, make sure she-
We also have Judge Ray Bruce. I want you guys
Yeah.
to talk whenever it's appropriate.
Wait a
He's
minute.
another
Wait,
uptown
hold,
guy.
time out. Why you want us to talk to Mr. Bruce when I just told you I want to talk to Lala Tisha?
You want to talk to her too?
Yeah.
I'll get it done.
Thank you. No.
I'm sorry, boss. I didn't understand the instructions. My fault.
No. Now tell me about Brother Bruce.
I wasn't listening. I was stuck on Lala. Okay. Listen, I'll reach out and make sure that she speaks to you.
Indeed, please do. All right, my brother. We're waiting
Hey,
for.
bless you guys.
We're waiting for
And let me
Judge
just
Kennedy. Yeah.
Share this, Brother Bill.
Sure.
Coach, people that are listening to Coach, pastors, and I'm going to call people of influence in the church. If you're at a loss for how to approach someone that's coming home from the service, one of your members knows their child or grandson or somebody's coming home, get a hold of Coach and you guys can mediate and he can take that load off. It's a ministry within itself that you all don't have to do. He'll do it himself.
Yes.
Just open up the door like James Brown said.
Thank you.
And
We're ready. We're ready.
I don't want nobody to give me nothing.
Give me nothing.
Open
right.
up the door.
And
I'll get it myself.
That's right.
Cue that up. That's how we going out.
That's a true
God
statement.
bless y'all, man.
All right, Dad.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, we're ready. We're ready.
Yeah. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Brother Bill.
Well. Look at God. Look what we got here. It sounds like, without hearing the gavel bang against the counter, I think we have Judge Kennedy on the line.
You are absolutely correct. Good morning to you, and let me say, I never use a gavel in my courtroom, Brother Bill.
That's why we didn't hear it.
Not even to swat a fly.
No.
Oh.
No, you use a gavel when you don't have control, Brother
Look at
Bill.
that.
And this is sister that got control.
That's right.
Listen, we were talking. First of all, congratulations on your
Thank
election.
you so much. Thank you.
And I know that I was just talking with Al Taylor no more than 5 minutes ago, and he was telling me to make sure that I say hello to you on his behalf as well, being the district leader up there. Listen, this just to quickly run through what main thing on my mind. This release of 6,000 inmates, that's in the federal system, but how do you see that as a watershed moment or as a opportunity for not only you as a jurist, but us as the public to deal with these people when they come out and to prevent future folks from going in.
You know, if I may, before we
Sure.
even answer your question, I really, want to really thank the Harlem community for coming out to support me. Certainly, I ran countywide throughout
Right.
the entire borough of Manhattan, but my Harlem community really came out strong, and it was such a double blessing because Election Day was also my mother's, and she won't mind me saying it, her 74th birthday. So what a double blessing
Yeah,
for me to be
congratulations.
elected Supreme Court Justice and for my mother, Eleanor Kennedy, to turn 74, years young. Just to God be the glory
Always.
for both. So, let me say this. I sit in the, civil term. And certainly, I think it's going to be important for, these inmates to have the proper support systems, inmates and then those who are newly released.
Yes.
I think it was maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. I've been juggling so many things, but I was honored to serve as the keynote speaker for a not-for-profit organization, Citizens Against Recidivism, that really focuses on providing services to those who are recently released from incarceration. And I was so impressed with this organization because all of the honorees served substantial years in prison. And these individuals, both men and women, Black, Caucasian, Latino, all turned their lives around. They have master's degrees, doctorate degrees, and when I spoke to this group, I talked about our need to raise the age of criminal jurisdiction from 16 to 18. I know our Chief Justice, Jonathan Littman, is in support of this proposal. And the thing is, we have to stop prosecuting children as adults. But the bottom line is, many of these individuals go into prison, they turn to a life of crime because there's no hope. There are issues with the educational system. There are issues as far as finding a job. We have to give the proper support systems before, so these individuals don't turn to a life of crime. And certainly, we have to provide them with the necessary support network, such as this organization, Citizens Against Recidivism, to make sure they stay out.
How about when young people, you mentioned the going from, changing it from 16 to 18.
Right.
How about when some of the crimes that are committed by young people are such heinous crimes that even you, my sister, would have to judge this case on the severity of the case? Or does the backstory have that much to do with it?
Let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. Because, for the past 10 years, I've been teaching at Fordham University School of Law, teaching a juvenile justice system course. So when I made the comments earlier, about juveniles, no longer being prosecuted as adults, 16 and 17-year-olds, most, of the crimes committed are minor. They are misdemeanors. Certainly, I mean, there's, a small proportion, that's heinous, as you mentioned. And certainly the proper protocols, would have to be followed, in connection with that. But still, just from my, experience, when I did sit in criminal court, and it was for the first 2 years, when I sat on the bench, I was elected to civil court, for a 10-year term in 2005. So I sat in criminal court. Also, when I was in the Bronx, I was a young attorney prosecuting juvenile delinquents myself.
Right.
When I worked for the
family
court office, with the New York City Law Department. And I know that, these are individuals who come from troubled backgrounds and really don't have the support system that I was blessed to have. And I have to tell you, I really recognize that there, before the grace of God, go I.
That's important.
I could have been one of those individuals.
See, that's what we were saying earlier. My guest, I have a guest in studio, Stephen Lynn, who's the founder and director of the Fatherhood Initiative in the Bronx and the world now. We were saying that exact same thing earlier, that perhaps you and others like you from similar backgrounds as you, Lala Tisha, for on the ballot with you as well, have that insight that, again, there before the grace of God go I, because I grew up in the neighborhood, and I could see how people could find themselves involved in this, that, or the other.
Listen, the bottom line is that, many times young people are in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
They make rash decisions. They're susceptible to peer pressure. And one bad decision can really have, terrible, dire and sometimes deadly consequences.
That's
Brother
true.
Bill, I got 2 more minutes before I go down for a court case.
Okay.
If you will allow me, I also want to extend congratulations to my other colleagues who were recently elected. Tanisha James, she's from the Harlem community. Actually, she took my seat, my civil court seat. Also, Lisa Headley on the east side. Raymond Bruce, African-American gentleman, my fellow church member at Abyssinian. He was elected Supreme Court. Also, Judges Arlene Bluth, Arthur Engoron, and Lyle Frank. I believe he was the Lower East Side. So I certainly want to, congratulate them. And
Sure.
I'll say this to you, Brother Bill, and to all of your listeners. Certainly you have been with me since I started this trek. When I was elected to civil court, I'm a part of the community. You see me walking up and down 125th in the churches.
Sure.
And that's something that I'm going to continue to do, to be a part of this community, because when you are on the bench, it is very, very important to have your finger on the pulse and to be sensitive to the human condition.
Good.
And Brother Bill, that's the charge that I have.
All right. What's the
as I
sister's
remain on the
name?
bench.
What's the sister's name that took your seat?
Her name is Tanisha.
That's it,
James.
Tanisha. Yeah, Tanisha. Last James, you said.
Yes. So
You're
look
trying
out
to-
for my invitation, Brother Bill. I'm having an induction, and it's on its way to you.
You
And I'll
still-
come on again.
I know you
I'll
will.
come on again and talk to your listeners. I'll
She's
come
also
on again.
she's also a good singer too, by the way.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Thank you so much for taking time out to join us, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Judge. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
God bless your heart. That was the Honorable Tanya Kennedy. Oh, I didn't mention the fact, well, of course she knows, that she's going to be part of the an honoree on November 9th at Harlem Hospital. Babies born between 1915 and 1975. I wonder if she was a Harlem Hospital baby. I don't know. We'll find that out, that's for sure. All right, I want to thank Justice Kennedy for joining us this morning. She does have her finger on the community, and we've been friends for a long time. Period. Now we're going to work on Latsanisha. Get her down here.
She's on her way.
She's on the way. She took Tanya's seat, and Tanya moved up to the next. To God be the glory for all the things he's done. And right here on the 3G Experience, coming down to the Final Four. And give you something, Coach. We're getting ready to go to Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving comes what?
That's the big day.
Ah.
That's the King of Kings comes. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
He's on his way. And once again, we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. If we don't talk to you before then, and do your thing. Come on, Dad. Step up to the plate now. The family needs you. The community needs you. These young men need you. And it's not too difficult. All you got to do is just prioritize and do your assignment. Huh? We got your back. God bless you all.
Because when the brothers and sisters, as she said, when they come out, they need a support mechanism. We will make ourselves available here at the station and, of course, at the Fatherhood Initiative for any type of intervention. In other words, you just don't come out of jail on Monday and go back into normal life on Tuesday.
That's right.
It's not going to happen. There's going to be a lot of readjustment to be done, and perhaps you might want to take advantage of professional services.
Yes.
Fatherhood Initiative, your church, some community organizations that are out here, and reach out to them to get support. If you have a loved one that's coming home, please contact us and let us know. I'd love to have one of them on the air, one of our recently released folks.
We'll fix them right then.
Yeah. I think that would be a great challenge, not only for us here, but to meet the challenge that they're going to bring, because these folks are coming out, baby. They got some stories and they got some situations that they're going to need to be able to vent.
Yes.
And just let it out.
They need healing.
They need healing. That's it. That's what I was looking. I was looking for that song. I was going to play it. We're getting ready to take us out of here. Coach, finish me up.
Once again, Deeds Driven Dads. For those of you who are interested and need the support, contact us at deedsdrivendads.com. That's deedsdrivendads.com. Email us. We'll be able to send you the resources, the information, the programs that you need for the support. You're not alone, and it can be done. It's not impossible, but we have to do it with our strategy. And once again, we urge you to love your children, hug them, kiss them 1,000 times.
Tell them you love them.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Thank you again for being part of this week, Coach. As always, you family, you here.
Thank you.
So, but we're going to work on things, and we got a lot of work to do, and to God be the glory.
Amen.
Thank you. See ya.
Joy comes in the morning. Know that God is nigh. Don't try to fight the battle yourself, but stand still and look up. God is going to show up. He's standing right by. We want to say that one more time for somebody who may be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Because joy is on the way. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Know that God is nigh. Stand still. Knowing that God is going to show up. He is standing right by.
Touch me in the pouring rain, and the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love and your softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? Is your love? Breaking us down when they all care for you when you know down inside that I really do. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? 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 Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, in your softly. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to know. Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. How deep is your love? 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 How deep, how deep, how deep? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is your Don't even try forgetting me. You'll only find that I'll be right there in your heart and on your mind. The things we said on quiet nights, the love we made so sweet. Things are hard to leave behind. You will remember me. You just might find somebody else to fill your nights. He'll whisper words of love to you. It won't feel right. Try to find me in his eyes, but that's not where I'll be. And part of you can't deny. You will remember me. And when he's making love to you, don't call my name. Want to love him, and though you'll try, it's not the same. The details of the life we shared will haunt your memory. You'll tell yourself that you don't care, but you'll remember me. disappear as time goes by. But feelings linger in our hearts, they will not die. Though we may go our separate ways, this love will always be. Years to come just like today, you will remember me. Don't even try forgetting me, you'll only find that I'll be right there in your heart and on your mind. The things we said on quiet nights, the love we made so sweet, these things are hard to leave behind. You will remember me. Don't even try forgetting me, you'll only find that I'll be right there in your heart and on your mind. Oh no, don't even try.
Conexión Sagrada. En vivo, sin paredes, Ministerios de los Promotores de Cristo, la nueva 90.3 FM, transmitiendo desde City Calif o New York, New York, Ciudad de Dios, Voz de Harlem, en vivo, presentan Alejandro de Jesús Cruz Núñez. Tiempo de Dios. Tiempo de Dios. Es el tiempo de Jehová de los ejércitos. En vivo. Dios Altísimo. En vivito para Cristo. Wow, qué bendición. Qué bendición. Amigo, amiga que me escucha, hoy es un gran día. Dios hizo este día para que nos alegremos y nos regocijemos en él. Conexión Sagrada.